Hey guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back for the Sister Wives commentary. Beast! Peekaboo. Why is it going out of focus? Don't you know I'm the #1 Sister Wives commentary channel on YouTube? I work my ass off. Don't go out of focus like a knife in the kidney. It's just a fan. Wasted love. Beast. Now I forgot my intro. I don't usually do my intro on the Sister Wives videos. And then somebody yesterday, because I didn't do a Sister Wives video yesterday, I did a Tiny Westbrook video yesterday. And somebody was so nice, they said, oh my God, I missed the fan and I missed the intro. And I was like, well, why am I not doing the intros on my Sister Wives video? Sometimes I do, but sometimes I feel like, listen, Linda, okay? I don't know if you guys watch pageants, but when you win a pageant, like, there's a lot that goes with that, okay? Like, when you win a pageant and you become the queen, okay? I'm the queen. We need to understand that. I am the queen of the Sister Wife commentary channels, okay? When you become the queen and you have won and the crown has been put upon your head, okay? There is a lot of responsibility. There are expectations in place about how you behave, okay? So my thought was that I needed to get right in and I needed to like put a lot of pictures in. Like serious Sister Wives commentary channels, they put a lot of pictures in, they put a lot of video clips in, things like that. I don't really know how to do that stuff. I do, I just don't care. I mean, how many pictures do we need of Robyn bound crying? More? I think we do need more. Which reminds me of the story from back in the day with my ex and a friend of mine. Listen, I'm a big eater, okay? And we were at this restaurant. It was called Loon Lake Lodge in Indianapolis. I remember it was yesterday. Anyway, so the server comes to the table and we had all got these cheeseburgers. This was before, I'm a vegetarian now, okay? But this was before I was a vegetarian. And so one of us said, I can't remember this is like literally like 20 some years ago. I said, can I have more cheese? And she goes, more cheese? Like there was literally the smallest piece of cheese on her cheeseburger. And then my friend Scotty, who has since passed away, I love you, Scotty. Scotty said, and more bacon. And she goes, and more bacon? I have never felt so called out in my entire life. But anyway, so anytime I say the word more, I always think I could just see her in my head. She's like, more bacon? I was like, oh my God, I felt so exposed in that moment. I was like, anyway, like I said, there's an expectation that goes along with being. Now, I don't know if you knew this or not, okay? But I am the newly crowned, okay, east of the Mississippi, north of Kentucky, south of Michigan, east of Illinois, west of Ohio, in the city of Indianapolis. I'm not competing with anybody else, okay? #1 Sister Wife commentary channel in that district, okay? I'm basically like the district queen. You know, like if you follow pageants and then there's like, you know, the big pageant systems and stuff like that. And then there's like the 4-H queen. I'm kind of like, no diss to 4-H queens, okay? Girl, love you. Agriculture queen all the way, okay? Milk them cows, baby. Milk them cows. But I'm kind of like, what is going on with me today? But I'm kind of like the 4-H queen, but not at the state fair level, okay? Not at the state. This is making so much sense to like one person out there and the rest of you are like, what the fuck is he talking about? Okay, I'm not like the queen at the state fair level, like where all the 4-H queens come. I'm like the 3rd runner-up out of 4. You do the math. That means last place. I'm like the 3rd runner-up, okay, to 4-H queen in like Chautauqua County, Indiana, that nobody's ever heard of, population 600, okay? That's who I am. But I'm so delusional that like I go around and I tell everybody I'm like 3rd runner-up to Miss Chautauqua County, okay? Like that's it. Like 20 years from now, well now, like I guess 30 years from now, when I'm 53, because I'm 53, and like people are like, well, what were you like in high school? And I go, I was third runner-up to Miss Chautauqua County. You know what I mean? Like, that's who I am, okay? I'm not delusional to think that I'm getting 70 to 100,000 views on my Sister Wives videos. I wish. Oh, my God. Then Kody Brown could pay my bills, too. But anyway, but I am the number one in my mind. I do see a crown in my head. And in my head, the crown is made... I cannot keep a straight face. People think I script my videos. I'm like, how do you script this shit? In my mind, my crown as the number one Sister Wives commentary channel is made with 4 large fading Claudio rings and bejeweled with the faded glory of Sister Wives closet jewelry. Okay. So, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I know y'all want me just to get to the gossip. What did Mckelty say? Well, you know, so I was talking about my intro. So my intro goes like this. If you've never seen one of my videos before, hi, I'm Peter, and I do a lot of beauty influencer drama, YouTuber drama, and things like on this channel. I have 8 channels. Okay? I think I deserve an award for that alone. I'm like one of the only YouTubers out there that has like 8 channels that I actively post on every single week, okay? Not a week goes by, recently, not a week goes by that I don't post on one of those channels. Now, my BookTube channel and my Peterisms channel, I post like once or twice a week. Every other channel, my vlog channel, baby, Peter Vlogs, I post every single day. My review channel, probably 2 to 3 times a week. My other channels, I post like almost every day, every other day. So anyway, I think I deserve an award for that. But anyway, over here, I do mostly like beauty influencer drama, YouTuber influencer drama. But I said, when season 20, I said what I said, and I'm standing on that, okay? That when Sister Wives, if it came back for season 20, I was going to bring some Sister Wives drama over here. Now, there's been a few of you out there that have let me know that you don't watch Sister Wives, you don't know anything about Sister Wives, and you'll be skipping these videos. You stayed long enough to leave the comment to let me know that you would be leaving and you wouldn't be watching those videos. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that, okay? I love when you go to a party and that person that's been standing by the door the whole time is like, hey, just want to let you know I'm going now. I'm like, okay, girl, call me tomorrow. I appreciate it. Just, hey, listen, I love that you watch my videos. Just come back. Tomorrow I'll probably be doing a video on the beauty influencer space, and maybe, I make videos for people to enjoy. I make videos that I enjoy doing too. So if Sister Wives ain't your thing, I get it, but there's going to be a lot of other jokes in here and stuff too. It's, you know how I do my things. I mean, for years, people have said, I don't even know these people that you talk about, but I just like to watch your videos. So I don't know how that's any different with Sister Wives, but apparently it is. But anyway, but then there's the people, and I love, but so if you don't, like if this isn't your thing, hey, listen, I get it, but don't leave, just stick around, maybe not for this video, but come back tomorrow. It'll be something different tomorrow, but I appreciate you letting me know. But anyway, there's a goodie bag by the door. Don't forget your goodie bag, and don't forget your shoes on your way out. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, but what I love is when people are like, I've never watched an episode of Sister Wives, but I am here for Peter's videos. I'm like, baby, you know you're the #1 commentary Sister Wives channel when they say that to you, okay? They don't even know nothing about the show and they're watching your video anyway. All right, baby. But no, I'm third runner-up to Miss Chautauqua County. Okay, we know that's who I am. But anyway, what was I saying? So I usually do this intro in my videos, and the intro goes something like this. And I always sing a song at it, okay? The intro don't make any sense. Don't try to figure it out. I don't know. I just added stuff through the years. So it goes like this. Hey, you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast! Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. That's a joke. Available. The album, Dad, Shimmy, Shimmy, available summer 2027.5 BC, the album, Dad, Shimmy, Shimmy. Oh, that's how I do it. Anyway, the album, and then I sing a song, okay? Usually I sing Gold Dust Woman by Fleetwood Mac, but people think I say rock on Gold Dust Woman, but people think it's Gorgeous Woman. I don't know why. But anyway, today I was going to sing the famous hit by Peter, Paul, and Mary, okay? But I was going to change the words up a little bit. But you know the song from back in the day, it was a folk song. My mom was a hippie, okay? So when I say things like, smells like a field of dirty hippies, I don't mean anything rude by that. My mom was a hippie back in the day. She was. She dirty hippie. She smelled like patchouli oil and all of it. I love my mom so much. She passed away in 2008. But anyway, I love my mom so much. But She was a hippie. And so I was raised on folk music. And my mom loved that song. Do you remember that song? If I had a hammer, I'd a hammer in the morning. I'd a hammer in the evening. All over this land. Well, it's a hammer of justice. It's a hammer of freedom. It's a hammer of na-na-na. I don't remember the rest of it, but I like that song. But I was going to change it for Mckelty today. Now, if you have not watched my reactions, okay, over on my Peter Watches TV channel, it's linked below. It's linked below. My new vlog channel, my vlog channel is not linked below, but go watch my vlog channel. But my new movie channel, Peter's Movie Reviews, is linked below too. But on my TV channel, I do reactions the day after every Sister Wives. So it's on Sundays. Every Monday, I do reactions to every episode of Sister Wives. I take notes and everything, okay? But I binge watched it a couple years ago. Now, one of my favorite, if you don't watch it, you won't know what I'm talking about. But one of my favorite episodes ever, okay, is the recommitment ceremony where they wrote, like, the rules for the family that, like, ended up, like, going into a closet and nobody ever looked at it again. But remember, they spent, like, 6 episodes coming up with those rules that they were all going to live by because they were in different houses in Las Vegas. And then they had them, like, written out and laminated, and then they had a big, like, recommitment ceremony, and they did something with a tree. Do you remember all that? Okay. Well, to all of that, they all got all real dressed up. But what I lived for was, that was the era when Mykelti Brown, okay, the twin of her mom, Christine Brown, she wanted to be a fashion designer, okay? I don't know why I connect this in my head with being a fashion designer. So for the commitment ceremony, it made absolutely no fucking sense, but you can still find pictures of it. If I can find a picture of it, I will put it up here somewhere. Mykelti, okay, she's like, whatever. I don't have any strong feelings towards one way or the other. But anyway, Mykelti wears this magician's top hat for no reason whatsoever. She had like a red dress on. I don't know if, I think it was red. A red dress on or something like that. And then this top hat, this black top hat. It made no fucking sense whatsoever, okay? But I fucking lived for it. It was so foolish and so ridiculous that, oh my God, I found my picture the other day. I was looking through my Sister Wives receipts and I found the picture from when, remember for the same ceremony, when Robyn had that woman make her dress? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And that woman, that poor woman could not. I found the picture. If I could see it, I'll put it up here too. But the woman looks, I literally took a screenshot and put it up on my Instagram at the moment, that the woman looks at Mary, or at Robyn, and Robyn's like, do you think you're going to be able to finish his dress in time? We're like 3 hours out from the ceremony. And the woman's like, do you have anything else to wear? The designer, the fashion designer that they hired to make this dress for. I felt so bad for Robyn. This is probably the only time I've ever felt bad for Robyn Brown. But anyway, she looked at the woman like, what the fuck? Like, this dress you've been working on for 6 months, you can't make. Anyway, but this episode was where Mckelty wore this ridiculous top hat that made absolutely no sense whatsoever, and I lived for it, okay? So, because to this day, I mean, has she ever addressed it in a live stream or anything why she chose to wear that top hat? So, listen, Mckelty, if you are watching this, reach out to me, okay? Email me, DM me on Instagram. I will pay good money for that top hat. There's not a lot that I would buy, okay, of Sister Wives merch, but I definitely wouldn't buy anything from Sister Wives Closet. I did buy your mom's book, though. I did. I'm listening to it right now. I'm listening to Sister Wife. I'm probably about a third of the way through it. So anyway, I actually really, really like it, but we'll get to that in just a second. So anyway, but Mckelty, if you're watching this by any chance, I would pay good money for a signed, I want that hat, but you got to sign it. I will pay good money for, I'm talking like, give me an offer, baby. Give me an offer. So anyway, if not, I'm going to go to Party City. I'm going to buy one to do my reviews because this is what I would live for, okay? So I was going to change the song. Instead of, if I had a hammer, I'd hammer it. If I had a top hat, I'd wear it in the morning. I'd wear it in the evening. All over this land. It's the top hat of justice. It's the top hat of freedom. It's the top hat of love. La, 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 la. I would wear that top hat every day. Mckelty goes, why is my hat all crooked? Why, Mckelty goes in all these live streams. I would live if Mckelty would show up in a live stream with that top hat on, never mention it, not say anything about it for the super fans, okay? Just sit there in a t-shirt and this fucking top hat and never once say anything about the top hat. I actually would love if she just showed up in an episode of season 20 and just showed up at Christine's house and no one's, Like, if you ever watched Roseanne back in the day, you guys know the chicken shirt episode? Okay, if nobody ever said anything about it, and, like, Mckelty, like, walks in with, like, the kids and stuff, you know, and she's got the top hat on, and nobody says anything about it, and then, like, she goes in the bathroom with Christine, and then Christine comes out, and then Christine has the top hat on, and then, like, they walk in the backyard, and then Tony has the top hat on, and then David has the top hat on, and then Truly has the top hat on, and then the episode ends, and it's, like, they're interviewing, and, like, Robyn has the top hat on. I would live! Oh, my God. That would be the fucking... TLC, you are missing out on so many grand moments by editing this shit and trying to make it serious. But anyway, so I saw this article come up, okay? And the article is from Yahoo News or Yahoo Entertainment. I mean, basically the best news source in the world. Sister Wives star Christine Brown, it doesn't even say Wooly on here, reveals Cody and Robin have severed ties with daughter Mykelti. And I'm like, oh my God, what? Now, there has been a lot of rumors, and I think Mckelty's even come out and addressed it. And I did this in my last video talking about Peyton. Peyton has recently come out in a TikTok live and said he hasn't talked to his dad since Garrison's funeral. And so I mentioned what she said at that time, and she said she was kind of done with Cody and Robin at the time of the funeral as well, and that they just did not act appropriately. A lot of people have guessed, like, what happened at the funeral. Like, people have said, insinuated that maybe Robin asked something about insurance money. Other people insinuated that, a lot of people are saying that Robin wanted to sit with the other wives at the funeral. People are saying Robin didn't ever have a relationship with Garrison, so why, whatever, would she do that? A lot of people are saying that they brought the TLC cameras with them, and this was the private funeral. I thought it was in Flagstaff, but I guess it was in Las Vegas. I don't know. Somebody said Las Vegas. Some people said Flagstaff. I'm not talking about the funeral that was on the show from last season. I'm talking about the private funeral that they had, that apparently was a military funeral for Garrison. So there's a lot of speculation out there, and I don't know if we'll ever know the truth. I don't think it comes out in Christine Brown, her book, but about why they, like, were done. And a lot of people are saying it's about this, about that. I don't know. At this point, it would take a lot, I think, for some of them to, like, cut ties with Cody. Mckelty, I was kind of surprised, because Mckelty, I mean, she is always with her mom, Christine, and sides with her mom, Christine. I'm kind of surprised watching it through the years. I don't know if any of you are. The Mckelty is the one that's held on the longest to the relationship with Cody and Robin, and kind of giving them a chance. I mean, past Maddie, past Logan, I mean, those are, you know, Janelle's, but past all the other kids, like, Mckelty's the one, past Aspen, Peyton, Mckelty's the one that's really held on the longest. And when you think about it, too, Christine was the first one to leave. So Aspen, Mckelty, and Peyton were the ones that witnessed, and truly, were the ones that witnessed the disintegration of the marriage between Christine and Cody, or the disintegration of the family, the first. I think Janelle's kids probably felt it the hardest and discussed it the deepest between each other. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But Christine was the first one to leave. So the fact that Mckelty has been the one that held on the longest kind of always surprised me. I think it speaks volumes to her character, honestly, that she's probably a very forgiving person, and she really wanted to give Cody and Robin chances. She wanted a relationship with her dad. I understand that. You know, we just watched that movie, or we're all talking about the documentary Unknown Number on my TV channel. I did a reaction to it, where we find out that Lauren Licari's mother, Kendra Licari, if I'm ruining it for you, it's all over the internet, okay? That her mother was actually the person catfishing her. And Lauren still wants a relationship with her mother. Well, we see that a lot in our society, where people that, like, our parents, even though they do us wrong, they do harm to us, they hurt us, or they're just absent from our lives, or they got their own issues going on, that we still want a relationship with mom and dad. We still want that. We yearn for that, right? Like, that's a normal human response. So I understand that from Mckelty. So for me, it's like, well, what did it take? Like, what happened at this funeral, and are they ever going to discuss it? Now, last season we found out that Cody and Janelle had final decision over what went into the episodes that were surrounding Garrison's passing and Garrison's funeral, okay? That came out that Cody and Janelle had the final say on this goes or this stays in the edit. So I don't know, like, people have speculated for a long time that Cody has a lot of say on what goes into the episodes. Well, if that's the case, fuck you, TLC. Like, that's bullshit, okay? The audience is who should have the say. And I say, as an audience member that has now watched you for 19 full seasons and is coming up on 20, I want a reunion of everybody in the same fucking room together, okay? And if they don't want to do it, then fire them from the show. That should be contingent to their contract to the show. On every other show, whether it's Love Island or it is, I mean, TLC is the only one that lets people get away with that. Vanderpump Rules, The Valley, The Housewives, every other reality show, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, they all put them in a room together and make them fight each other, okay? What are you also afraid of getting in a room together? Because you don't get along? Well, you not getting along is what's keeping people watching your show. We're not watching the show because you guys are this homie family that you portrayed in season 1. We're watching the show because you all are such a fucking shit show, is why we're watching it in season 20. And to see Kody's redemption tour. So, put them all in a room together, number 1. Number 2, we want the truth. As audience members, we want the truth from TLC, okay? And I think TLC, after 20 seasons, owes it to the audience to give us what we want instead of the people that are on the show, all right? So that's what I think. But anyway, so I saw this article come up. Sister Wives star Christine Brown reveals Cody and Robin have severed ties with daughter Mckelty. And I was like, didn't this happen a while ago? Why is this story from literally yesterday, Tuesday, September 16th, 2025? So it's a 2-minute read. So I go in here and it says, Sister Wives star Christine Brown dropped several bombshells in her new memoir, Sister Wife, a memoir of faith, family, and girl. I'm like, okay, all these articles are being written about these bombshells that Christine has written in her book. Okay, now like I said, I'm already halfway through this video. I'm going to get my lips ready. Like I said, I am only like a third of the way through the book, but I'll tell you my reaction so far. I like the book. I didn't think I would. Christine's voice, her voice is fine. I think it has a very condescending tone to it on the show. Like when she's talking about like baby showers and bridal showers and weddings, like nobody that's watching the show has ever been to one before. And she talks to like her audience like we're stupid is how she talks. But in the book, she doesn't really do that. I don't know. Maybe she's just nervous on the show or something like that. I don't know. I like the book and I like Christine in the book. And I'll tell you this, like people are like picking out parts of the book and putting it up and making it look like she's a horrible writer. I don't know about her writing skills because I'm listening to the audiobook because it's narrated by her and I want to listen to audible narration. But I don't think she's a great storyteller. I mean, she really is. And I don't know if it was ghostwritten, but she's a fantastic storyteller. Like the beginning of it is a lot about the history of her family, her grandfather being murdered for being a polygamist. She describes the difference between the LDS church, the FDL church. She talks a lot about Warren Jeffs at the beginning of it. And her distaste for Warren Jeffs. She talks a lot about the news portrayal, the social media portrayal of the FLDS church and how people get it confused with the LDS church and how them being, and now I remember what it is, Apostolic United Brethren, AUB is what they are, and that how that's different. She explains all that, and then it goes into her meeting Kody Brown and her marrying Kody, and she doesn't even like, at the beginning of it, she starts talking about like differences between her and Mary. The only thing that surprised me so far is that 10 years into the marriage or relationship with Kody, she ceased like any ties with Mary whatsoever. Like she didn't want her kids around Mary. She didn't want a friendship with Mary. And she makes that very clear in the book. Now, I don't know if down the road they talk about how they made up, but she has had it with Mary. Like 10 years, I think it's 10 years into the relationship or the marriage, she doesn't even want to have anything to do with Mary because Mary plays her country music too loud. No, that's not the only reason. But I mean, she goes into it a little bit, but she's very careful of like, even being offensive to anybody, even Kody. I mean, she's very fair, I think, in the book. I don't know, almost too much so. Like, I would have liked to have known a little bit more, some truths in it. I mean, she even says, like, she didn't really know Janelle that well, which is interesting because they're so close now. She talks about how she wished she had given her a chance more at first, but her and Mary were closer at the beginning. And then there was, like, a point, and I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but she talks about, well, I mean, I am a commentary channel. I'm the #1 commentary Sister Wives channel. I'm going to do a full reaction to the book. But she talks about, like, what the point was for her that her and Mary severed ties. That was long before the show ever even fucking started. So I'm like, you weren't even, she said we could get along civilly together as Sister Wives, but we were not friends anymore. I'm like, that's not how it was presented on the show. So you started the show as fucking liars. Okay, so you started the show at liars. But now all these articles are being picked up about what she says in the book. Maybe I'm not that far yet. But like some of the stuff that she shares that's weird to me is like Kody wouldn't have sex with her unless she was wearing her undergarments or lingerie. And even then, it wasn't like it turned him on for her to have lingerie. She almost kind of describes it as like he was repulsed for her not to be covered up. And that he didn't really want to kiss her and things like that. You know, it's interesting because Kody's always made himself like, whenever they would joke about like, you know, like, oh, he was like buns of steel and rock hard abs. It's like Kody always kind of like plays into the fantasy that these wives just want to fuck him like 9 times a day. But Christine makes it pretty obvious at the beginning of the book that Kody really wasn't that interested in sex. That, like, at least with her. And so, you know, and how hard it was to share walls because you would hear your sister wives having sex with your husband and things like that. I mean, she goes into it talking about, like, she just didn't really know how to manage it. And I was thinking about it. Like, at the time that she marries Kody, I think she's 19, they were all really, really young. You know, when you think back on that, I mean, I think about myself at 19. I got sober at 22 and a half. I mean, when I got sober, I was literally emotionally, developmentally about 15. So I can't even imagine getting married at 19, let alone getting into a polygamous marriage that's governed by this ideology of God that I don't really even fully understand, and having to share a man with 2 other wives, and we got 12 kids in the mix. Like, that's a lot for a 19-year-old. I mean, like, to me, I don't know. But I was kind of surprised that they acted like her and Mary got along for the show. So then what that says is the show is a lie from the very beginning. And that kind of pisses me off a little bit. And to be honest with you, I don't really care if Christine has come out all these years later and written it in a book and said, hey, like, I need to be honest about this now, and I didn't know then. Well, you knew well enough that you were getting a paycheck from TLC and that you were trying to send this message that polygamists aren't all bad and that sister wives can get along, because she says that. But that's not the case, because then what you're showing us is that y'all were frauds from the beginning, and that sister wives really can't get along because you and Mary didn't get along. You got along civilly if you had to hang out together and stuff, and you loved her cooking, and Mary's cooking you still do to this day and stuff like that, but you severed ties at 10 years and didn't want her to have anything to do with your kids. And then you wonder why it's Christine's kids specifically that have said stuff about Mary in retrospect. I mean, I don't know. Like, for me, it's like, then Christine, you can come out 30 years later and share in this book about all this kind of shit, but you were part of the fraud on season 1 too. And that's just my take on it. Y'all entered this show and signed contracts and had your lives exposed, and you lied from the very beginning. There's been interviews, there's been articles written, you guys have done reunion shows for 19 seasons now, and never once have you ever said the show is a fraud from the beginning. You're not even saying it in the book, really, at least where I'm at yet. I mean, I'm an hour into the audio. I can tell you how much I have left. I mean, I have less than 3 hours left. I have 2 hours and 25 minutes left of the book. So I can't imagine that in the 2 hours and 25 minutes that I have left of the book that you're going to talk about how the show is all a fraud, because you wouldn't be on season 20 then. And I don't know if you have NDA signed and you can't say that, but then don't put out a memoir. Then leave the show and put out an authentic memoir. I don't know. So anyway, so then when I saw it was like, they're getting it from her book. I'm like, well, couldn't we all read the book and do videos? In fact, isn't that what I'm doing? No, I'm reading the articles about it. Okay. And one of the more shocking claims involves Mckelty Brown, who Christine shares with ex-husband Kody Brown. In the book, Christine explains that her family no longer spends time with her former sister wife, Robyn Brown, or Robyn's children. Cody and Robin even severed ties with Mckelty. So it sounds like it wasn't Mckelty that severed ties, it was Cody and Robin. Cody and Robin even severed ties with Mckelty, who had once been so close to Robyn, Christine, 53, oh, we're the same age, hey girl, claimed in the book. Perhaps that will change someday. Perhaps there'll be a family reunion when we've all had time to recover. I'm ready for that episode. Can we do that on a reunion show where you have an interviewee and you guys will not say, I'm not taking my mic off? We're going to answer the questions? Okay. While Christine didn't go into detail about the reason Mckelty 29 and Robyn 46 and Kody 56 weren't close anymore, fans were shocked by the news, considering Mckelty had long been the middleman between, well, we have known for a while now that Mckelty, because that came out like a year ago, that middleman between Robyn and the rest of Kody's wives, including Mary Brown and Janelle Brown. However, viewers who have followed along with Mckelty outside the series are likely less shocked at the lack of a relationship with her father, who has been embroiled with a long-standing rift with his family and their respective broods since the lockdown pandemic. In October 2024, Mckelty spoke out against her dad for some of the statements he made on the TLC series. I think if he took more accountability in any of his actions, his kids, maybe not all of them, but at least some of them would reach out, Mckelty said in a video shared by Without a Crystal Ball via Instagram. I think he did end up blaming the children, or blaming how they feel about his relationship with his other wife, or blaming the parents, or blaming gossip, or whatever. If he just said, look, I understand I did wrong, I'm sorry. Please, can we talk about it? I feel like that would go such a long way. Kody's reluctance to communicate or take accountability has seemingly left lasting damage with his family, and Christine's words hint that it will ultimately be up to him to mend fences. So it sounds like Kody and Robyn, well, Robyn will say it wasn't her at all. But it sounds like it wasn't Mckelty that severed ties, which is what I thought. It sounds like it was Cody and Robin that severed ties. Probably because none of them want anything to do with her kids anymore or Robin. And so Cody said, well, if you don't have anything to do with my wife, then you're not going to have anything to do with me either. Well, I hope that actually plays out in season 20 because I think that's important. Because I want to see them discuss, not just in one episode out of 28, but the whole season, Cody's relationship with his kids and what he's doing to mend fences about that, since that was so important to Sob and Robin. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.